Hello and welcome to WCBN's coverage of water polo from the Canham Natatorium here in beautiful Ann Arbor. It's been a beautiful week in Michigan, and it's just getting started as the Wolverines host a couple of conference rivals this weekend in Ann Arbor as they prepare to close out this regular season and get ready for the postseason. I'm Adam Bressler, joined by Coby Segal. How are you doing, Coby?
I'm doing fantastic. The pool is blue. It's nice outside, even nicer inside. I'm very excited for some high-level water polo here.
Most certainly. Michigan taking on the Princeton Tigers. Princeton is currently the top-ranked team in the CWPA, top-ranked team outside of California. They have a 25-2 record on this season, including 7-0 in conference. Michigan, only one loss in conference. You guessed it, to the Princeton Tigers. That was 2 weeks ago on the 2nd of April. Michigan lost 13-11. So we're getting the opening lineup for both teams as they prepare to go into the pool. We got a great game of water polo ahead. Michigan in their home pool looking to avenge their loss. When they played previously, it was in Providence, Rhode Island. So Brown, another CWPA rival, who Michigan will be playing later this weekend, hosted that initial matchup between these two powerhouses. But the regular season title might come down to this game. We'll keep you updated. Stay tuned to WCBN.
Yes, and it will come down to this game, and a good chance for some revenge for Michigan in their home pool versus two ranked teams. Very excited to see what Michigan can do here.
Yeah, so looking ahead on this weekend schedule, we got Princeton starting right now at 11, play the 20th ranked Brown Bears on today at 3 p.m. and then tomorrow at noon they play Harvard. So they're sweeping the Ivy, sweeping the CWPA East Coast teams. They played all three of these teams 2 weeks ago in Providence, hosted by Brown. Michigan beat Harvard, beat Brown, and then lost to Princeton, who was 7th ranked at the time. Now Michigan looking to avenge that at home as they host those three programs. Michigan coming off a close win in Bloomington, winning 9-8 last Saturday. Michigan and Indiana are the only two programs in the Big Ten that sponsor water polo. Hence why the Big Ten doesn't have a conference for water polo, and Michigan is in the CWPA. Only varsity sport that Michigan sponsors that they're not a member of the Big Ten. Even swimming and diving, they got a Big Ten affiliate. So pretty unique here for the women's water polo team. You see all these banners up throughout the building of all the titles they won. Looking to maybe get another conference championship after last year's success.
Yeah, their last loss to Princeton, snapping a 32-game CWPA win streak.
Yeah.
So, a rare loss in conference. So
we've been talking about it, alluding to it rather, all broadcasts. But this sport is dominated by the Californians on the West Coast. Number one currently is USC, followed by Stanford, UCLA. University of Hawaii is actually 4th, but then returned back to California for Cal Berkeley, Long Beach State, and then Cal Irvine. Then you got Princeton right after. So Princeton's the best of the East, best outside of any Pacific-touching state. With that, we're going to get ready to begin. 8 minutes on the clock in this first period. Pretty solid turnout today.
Oh, yes.
This is one of 2 weekend series in Ann Arbor. We had the weekend series to lead off this year in the Wolverine Invitational over spring break. Many fans and students in Ann Arbor weren't even in town then, so this is honestly the only chance they could see their team play.
Yeah, and plus a nice turnout from Princeton here. very healthy, traveling all the way from the East Coast.
In this sport, they travel.
Oh, yeah.
Fans are fanatic.
Absolute fanatics. Die-hard water poloese.
So we got the players in the pool now as Michigan is looking to take down their conference rival and avenge their loss just 2 weeks ago. We got a great day of coverage, so thank you to tuning into WCBN as we provide you some water polo coverage coming shortly. Both teams are very excited. Lined up, we got Michigan on the right side of the pool. On the left side of the pool, we got Princeton. And they're playing Pump It Up. It feels like Michigan, all of athletics jam.
Oh, yes, here we go.
Opening whistle, and it's a scrum. It looks like Princeton's going to take hold, and we instantly get another whistle to give it to Princeton, and Michigan takes it away. So already fighting for this ball early. Now we get another whistle to stop play momentarily. This is a physical sport. Michigan on the far side of the field. Looking up and tossing back. Looking for a shot. Holds off against it. And now we get a whistle again.
And what you see above water is only half the battle. It's underwater where the real battles commence.
Certainly. So Michigan had a shot on the goal, and that was blocked by Princeton's goalie, number 1, Cornapios. And now Princeton's pressuring to their own, and Michigan gets a big stop right there.
Big stop for Michigan. First goal. It's going to be very important here.
Alex Brown, the senior from Clayton, California, got that stop. Michigan with the shot. And we got a whistle, and that cheers up Michigan. 2 minutes into this game, Michigan has one shot already. Princeton has one as well, but Michigan with the ball.
The center for Michigan, Aaron Nunstrom, that's where they're going to want to run their offense through.
Michigan brings it back out to number 6, Monroe. Trying to control, and here's a shot. It's good. That was a great shot by number 13, Ava Morant, the grad student from British Columbia. Puts Michigan on the board early. 1-0 lead with 6:33 remaining in the first.
Fantastic first goal. Always good to get the first goal early in this game. Let's see if they can get the second one first.
Yeah, so here's the question. How are the Tigers going to respond, the number 6 team in the nation? Michigan playing pretty suffocating D, trying to maintain this lead. Princeton is pressuring, looking for a shot, and no attempt. Wide open goal, and that's made easily by Princeton. So quickly, barely 20 seconds, and Michigan is now tied at 1 apiece.
Yeah, and just a fantastic play there for the center of Princeton. Wide open, battling with 3 Wolverines, but she gets the ball and has a wide open shot on net. Nothing Michigan's goalie can do.
Not much, yeah. It was a one-on-one, and when you're that close, it's just easy. Michigan pressuring for their own, looking to take this. I don't know if that was a shot or not, but regardless, it was scooped up by Princeton's goalkeeper, and they're going to have an opportunity to advance and potentially take the lead. 5:42 remaining. This is a fast-paced game that lived up to its billing so far.
Absolutely.
Got a whistle against Michigan, and Princeton will hang on to it.
It's going to be very important for Michigan to stop Rachel Carver in the middle. She scored the...
And that was Annie Robinson of the Tigers making it 2-1 with an open shot right there from downtown. That was quite far out. And Michigan now has their first deficit of the game and has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, if Princeton is going to hit those shots, Michigan is going to have a real tough time here.
So we have 5:25 left and a Let's Go Blue chant breaking out in the natatorium. As Michigan looks to begin, we get a substitution here for the Wolverines coming out of the pool, as Michigan's goalie will take it to lead off. Clock back ticking. 5 minutes and some change left in the first. We get another whistle here. Michigan will hang on to it. Trying to press forward. Contact. Number 10v10 shot and a great block by Princeton's goalie, Lindsey Lucas.
Yeah, just a great block. Pretty good shot, but a little too within the reach of the Princeton netminder.
Certainly. And there we have another whistle. It's going to maintain Michigan possession here. Michigan still down 2-1 as they're looking to regain the lead. Passing back to 12 over to teammate, and we got a shot here. Attempt. Ashley O'Neill has it for the Wolverines.
Little power player for Michigan.
Faking a deep shot, just trying to get something open. Michigan just doesn't find anything they like. And there we go, finally with it. Number 9, Lucas Cioroli, the junior out of Lafayette, California, ties up this game at 2 apiece.
Great job for Michigan, taking advantage of having the 6-on-5. Great job there, tying it up.
So here we go in the first period, tied 2-2, 4:27. This has been an offensive explosion.
Very much so.
So there we go, whistle, and the clock begins ticking once again. Bringing it up is the Tigers looking to take their lead once more.
A lot of battling right in the middle here.
In the far right corner of the pool. Bringing it up, and a scrum, a loose ball. Let's see who's going to take it. It's going to stay with Princeton. And they're going to have a shot to potentially take their lead once again. Lob ball, and that was beautifully blocked by Michigan's goalie.
Yeah. Not a very effective shot there. Easy save for Michigan. So they're in transition here.
Michigan with a shot of their own, and that was scooped up quite easily by the Tigers. And they're pushing forward. That's one of the skills of a goalkeeper. Not only do you need to block, you need to throw it up fast and quickly. We get a shot, and that's a beautiful block by the Wolverines.
Wow, fantastic.
Got to remain at 2 apiece. So Wolverines are pressing forward. Across the pool, switching sides, and we got room to swim. Cioroli has it, who had the goal earlier to tie it at 2 apiece. Clock is ticking down. Wolverines going to get something up, and a loose ball, and it's going to be scooped up by the Tigers. That's a bummed opportunity right there.
Elise Walker trying to get into her, but 2 Princeton defenders are there.
2:44 left, and the Wolverines are tied against conference rival and 7th-ranked Princeton Tigers. We got a shot, skipped against the water, and Michigan has no trouble getting it. It looks like we had a potential offsides, believe, and that's going to be tough for the Wolverines, giving the ball back to the Tigers. You get a great stop like that, and then see it squandered, and just ball back to the opponent really deflates you. So clock is ticking. Remains tied in the corner, trying to look for an open shot, and that's a huge block by the Wolverines. Is number 5, Utasi from Budapest, Hungary, coming all the way here, getting that block for the Wolverines, and the Wolverines maintain possession and get a huge comeback.
And it's Utasi again, or not Utasi. Cioroli.
The junior with the goal earlier brings it on up the pool, and we get some contact there, which is going to get the whistle blown. 1:50 remaining, tied at 2 apiece in this first quarter. Brought on back to Cioroli. Had a shot, and it went a little bit too high. And that's going to be another break for Princeton.
Princeton doing a good job of containing the middle, forcing Cerulli to shoot from the point.
Certainly. Princeton is yet to score in almost 6 minutes at this point. Just as they say that, they get a shot, and it's good.
Wow.
Princeton takes the lead with 1:23 remaining.
Top right corner there. Really tough save for the Michigan keeper, Alex Brown.
Yeah, not much you could do, and Michigan falls behind once again. Fast-paced game, Princeton on top now, but Michigan's not giving up without a fight. Last time they played, Michigan only lost by 2. That was on a neutral site. You can imagine being at home. That could be the difference, the home crowd advantage.
Yeah, Michigan wants the crowd to get into it. Getting the lead will get the crowd more excited.
And here we go, back in play. The goalie sends it up. Have some contact and remain with the Wolverines. Wide open in the net, and that's going to be a penalty, I believe. And that's huge for the Wolverines.
Libby Alstongeist called for it.
So there we go, 1:12. Michigan will start with the ball here. Utasi has the shot, and it's good. The junior from Budapest, Hungary, ties it up on that penalty throw. And that is huge. And Michigan crowd is back in it like nothing happened.
Oh, they are fired up. Tie game here. 3 goals apiece. A great battle here in the natatorium.
Michigan looking to close out this period, remaining tied or potentially with the lead. It starts with a stop here, would be needed. Princeton still has it. It's a loose one, and Princeton's going to hang on after that whistle. So we're under a minute left. 50 seconds. There's going to be a scrum. Shot clock's ticking down, and Michigan will take it. Passing back to the goalie, going to spread it out. 38 seconds, 25 on the shot clock. So Michigan has potentially one of the last chances of this quarter.
Nope.
15 on the shot clock. Pass it on back, and that might not be the move. 23 total. Ticking on down. Right by the goal, it's loose. And that's going to go over to Princeton. That's rough. Michigan not even a chance to get a shot off as we got the whistle blown. Under 10 seconds left. Princeton's just going to have to heave it. 6, 5, 4. Taking the shot. Beautiful block by the Wolverines, and that's going to do it here from this first period. That was a fast-paced quarter. And there we go. Michigan tied 3 apiece as we go into this first intermission.
Yeah, a very exciting first period. Great performances all around, especially the goalies let in 3 shots, but as always, the goalies are so important, not only for saving shots, but they're talking the entire time to direct the defense, where to go, where she thinks the shot's coming from. So just a great job by the goalies here.
Yeah, and we mentioned it, the goalie not only has to be one of the strongest swimmers on the team, but also has to have good arms and be able to get a stop and throw it all the way, potentially halfway across the pool. You're going 25, 30 yards on those throws.
Yeah.
And while swimming, while treading water, it not only do you have to be big and block, but it's a tough task only for the strongest players.
Yeah, and I mean, these girls are treading water the entire time. They're not wearing floaties. It'd be a lot easier to play water polo wearing floaties.
So there you go. 1:45 remaining in this intermission. Michigan and Princeton taking a breather and talking to their coaches. Wolverines on the right side of the pool. Tigers on the left. Been a pretty solid year overall athletically for the Tigers, making the tournament and getting a huge win in men's basketball. Looking to see if they could make a run in water polo as well. Currently on track with only 2 losses on the season and 7 wins in conference and no losses in conference. Michigan looking to deal their first one.
In quite the season for Princeton, competing with the teams from the West Coast, California, and Hawaii. So at least good to see Michigan is competing with this top competition here.
Certainly. So final moments as the huddle's wrapping up and fans are still trickling in. That's what I love about water polo. Not only are these games quick, oftentimes are done in under an hour, but also they string several games in a weekend. So as I mentioned earlier, Michigan has another game at 3 against Brown, another Ivy League and another CWPA rival. And then tomorrow they face off against Harvard, another Ivy and CWPA rival, all here in Ann Arbor. Between that, there's other games too. So there's a lot of, I guess, supposedly neutral site games between other conference programs. And with that, it's a whistle. Players back in the pool. And Michigan hanging tight with the number 6 team in the nation, the Princeton Tigers, looking to avoid the upset on the road. So Wolverines look to even up the season series at 1 apiece. Very likely that this will not be the last time these teams face. We got the CWPA tournament coming up soon in Princeton, New Jersey. So wow, I guess there was one neutral site 2 weeks ago in Providence. Michigan gets to host one. And Princeton, the current undefeated team in conference, will host the championship.
And the Let's Go Blue Champs started to ring out a bit louder here.
And there we go. Whistle started. They swim into the middle. See who gets it. Will be Michigan for this period.
Great job by Jess Henningsen getting the opening tip.
Huge, absolutely huge. Michigan, they need to apply the pressure. It's not going to come easy, and that's a rough scrum, and it looks like Princeton's going to get a stop there from the goalie. It was a scramble for the ball right in front of the net, and Michigan had no chance, really. That was almost, I don't even know what to call that. Was that a pass or a shot? But regardless, Michigan's going to take command once again. Michigan senior goalie Alex Brown from Clayton, California.
Yeah, not sure that was, but great aggressive play by Alex Brown attacking the ball.
Michigan with a one-on-one, and that was just a bad shot. Skipped off the water, killed any momentum, didn't have enough speed. We get a whistle here, and it's going to go to Michigan. Wow, huge break for the Wolverines. They have a chance to maybe take the lead once again.
Yeah, huge there. Lead would be huge.
So Michigan with it on the far side of the pool. Looking for a deep shot, and that was just a little bit too high. Great look from Sammy Monroe. Already has a goal today from Pleasant Hill, California. And look at that, Michigan with another break. It's like the goaltender or the scorekeeper wants to give Michigan another shot here.
And Michigan has had 3 chances. It would be a big blow not to score on these free chances.
Certainly. So there we go. Clock ticking once again. 6:45 up top. And I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but it looks like Prince is going to finally take control. 6:38 remaining in this second one. Yet to get a goal from either team. Kind of shocking after how quickly things started in the first.
Princeton doing a very good job of guarding the middle on Michigan, forcing them to take these long shots.
Yeah. There we go. We have a shot, and it's off the crossbar. Not much the goalie could do there, but Michigan lucks out once again. We saw some chances earlier, and the Wolverines get another hot chance. As they bring it up, one-on-one, it's going to be a shot. Let's see if Michigan can get it in. It's going to remain with the Wolverines as we get a whistle blown.
Yeah.
It looks like Princeton's getting a little bit desperate. They see Michigan with these good opportunities just to get the whistle. So there we go. Clock is going to stop and restart at 6:03. So we're under 6 minutes now, and the Wolverines with an errant pass and lose yet another opportunity right in front of Princeton's net.
Yeah, and Michigan is doing looks like their strategy is to run out and transition quick. Princeton, more of a strategy of taking it slow.
And Prince is going to have a shot on goal, and that'll go in. Number 20 for the Princeton Tigers, Jelinski from Stamford, Connecticut, so just up the road from Princeton. And that'll give Princeton a lead, and Michigan has its work cut out for them.
Yeah, I mean, really below there, Michigan's had some good transition opportunities, but not able to cash in.
Not able to capitalize. They're leading the possession battle. They're leading the shots on goal. Just can't seem to make it, and that's what separates a good team from a great team as Michigan faces off and tries to upset the number 6 team in the nation. It's going to start right here as the Wolverines take possession. Clock ticking once again. Deep pass, and it's going to be a foul against the Tigers. Wolverines will take it back. The clock's going to stop at 5:23. And ticking again, shot clock reset. Michigan with the shot, and that's good. Ties it up, and look at Keita Utasi's second goal of the day from Budapest, Hungary. Ties it up very quickly. So after missing quite a few shots, Michigan able to capitalize with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left in the second.
The lefty Utasi from the right side absolutely buries it low and inside.
So Princeton trying to come back of their own just like Michigan just did. And the far side of the pool going to cross. Wide open shot. This would be the chance. Elects to pass. A little bit puzzling there. It would have been far. So Princeton's trying to just find an opening. Michigan's defense is totally suffocating. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Got to heave. And that's high and away. Michigan lucks out.
Great defense there by Michigan. Forcing
yeah, I
shot
said lucks out, but it was skill. It was the defense. Another whistle against the Tigers. It's going to remain Michigan ball. Who other than Utasi in the far corner. 2 goals already. Tied it up twice in this game. Passes to the far side of the pool. Out deep. 7 on the shot clock. Need to make something happen. Try skipping it in and hits a sidebar. That had the speed, that had the momentum, just unable to find the back of the net. Michigan's got to be kicking themselves for squandering that opportunity to take the lead for the first time since it was 1-0.
Wow. And Princeton on the last possession, focusing on Utasi, not letting her go anywhere as she scored the last goal.
That's what you got to do in a fast-paced game like this. Princeton has it now. Clock ticking, 3:47. And we get a scrum, and Michigan's going to take command of that on a shot clock violation. Michigan's a very disciplined program. They get the shot clocks off. They play tight defense. And so far it's working wonders, holding them in a stalemate so far against the number 6 team. And that's tough. A foul against Michigan. Going to go the other way now.
Absolutely. Some quick possession changes here. Fast-paced game.
Loose ball. Going to remain with Princeton. Passing back, and this is their chance. Wide open. Shot and a whistle before. I don't think it will count. Huge break by the Wolverines. The ball was in the back of the net before the whistle was blown.
Well, I mean, Princeton just cannot. That's a devastating foul with ruining a chance to go up 5-4.
Yeah, get a whistle, and it's going to remain with Michigan. Princeton's coach trying to direct his team. Michigan, they like spreading out the ball on offense. We get a big arc from about 10 meters out as they're looking just for a shot. Only 12 seconds left on the shot clock, not a ton of time. Goes up, looks for a shot, off the crossbar. Wow, second shot in a row where Michigan had the look, had the speed, but it deflects off one of the goalposts.
Yeah, anytime it's off the crossbar, it's bittersweet because you were so close.
And those were great shots, great looks around defenders, had the speed and velocity.
Yeah.
Goalie was nowhere close, just misaligned it, and now Princeton with another chance to take the lead. Down to 7 on a shot clock of their own. Last possession was a shot clock violation, and that was tipped by Utasi, and Michigan's goalie, Alex Brown, going to take command once again.
These defenses doing a great job of not letting the center get the ball in close for prime scoring chances. That's why only 2 goals combined here in the second.
Real shocker after 6 total in the first. 1:45 remaining. Another shot, another block by Princeton. These two teams are very comparable.
Yes.
As they look. Either team just wants to break ahead. Princeton's going to maintain it with 1:30. Not a ton of time left, but we saw some scoring in the last minutes of the first. Princeton passing back and forth, 7 on the shot clock to the far side. Here's the throw, beautiful block by Brown.
Yeah, easy block for her.
We get a whistle. I wonder if that's going to be a timeout. It looks like it will. Wonder who's called it. So 1 minute and 10 seconds left. We get a timeout. And still has not ruled which team called it. I did not catch which coach.
Believe Michigan had the ball. So
yeah, it's going to be a Michigan timeout. So the scoreboard does update. Michigan with 2 full timeouts and 1 partial left.
Yeah, with probably only, this is going to be Michigan's last full possession here where they can use the full 30 seconds on the shot clock, likely. So it's very important for Michigan to get a good shot. You don't want to let Princeton have the lead going into the third quarter. Trying to get the best possible last full possession here. Great timeout, I think.
Yeah, and that's going to end the timeout a little bit early. They called a full, but they only took about a minute. So with 1:10 left here in the second period, Michigan looking to regain the lead for the first time since it was 1-0. As they begin with the ball, clock is ticking. Passing on out. Only 1 goal apiece in this whole period for each team. Bring it on the outside. Looking for an open shot. Nothing there, under 10 on the shot clock, 48 in the game clock. Here's the throw, and that was a block. It's going to remain with Michigan as it goes out of bounds off the hands of Princeton's goalie. 45 seconds left, 30 on the shot clock. If Michigan plays their cards right, this could be the last shot of the period.
Absolutely. And they're definitely going to want to make sure that's the case. But no, it won't be.
And just as I said that, Princeton gets an interception. Bringing it up, and they might have the last shot now. It's a fast break. Let's see if they could get something in before Michigan's stellar defense gets set. And we get a foul called against the Wolverines, but honestly not the worst decision there. Gives your team time to swim on down.
Absolutely.
25 left, 13 on the shot clock. And we get an errant pass, and that might do it because it's going to be tough to get one off soon. 7 on the shot clock, looking for a chance. Going to throw it, deflected high. It's going to stay with the Tigers with 13 left in this period. Not a ton of time left. Tied at 4 apiece as Princeton is going to have potentially 1 shot left.
Great job by Alex Brown there.
9, 8, 7. And we get a look. No shot taken. It's going to be quick. Michigan playing tight defense, and that's going to be another foul, giving it to Princeton. Get the shot. It's going to be high as time expires, and that'll do it. Only 1 goal apiece in the second period. And we go to the second intermission, tied at 4 apiece. So in the first intermission, tied at 3 apiece. Fourth intermission, tied at 4 apiece. These are very comparable teams, especially here in Ann Arbor. Michigan, if they want a chance at the regular season title, it's going to have to come through this. As we mentioned earlier, the postseason tournament is in Princeton, New Jersey, hosted by the Tigers and the CWPA.
Yeah, these Michigan players should be very proud of themselves for this first half, keeping close with a higher ranked team, a very even battle, hard fought both sides, super excited for what the second half is going to bring us.
I know. So they're actually going to switch sides now as we prepare for the third quarter. So Princeton's going to take the right side of the pool, and Michigan taking the left, warming up after a very hot first period and a little bit more frigid second. It's a warm day in here in Ann Arbor. We get a pretty solid turnout. If I'd estimate a couple hundred Wolverine fans, a couple dozen Princeton fans made the trip. And these aren't the only two teams playing in Ann Arbor. St. Francis of Pennsylvania is also here. They played Brown earlier. As we mentioned, Harvard playing tomorrow. So we got a whole series within the CWPA conference.
Yeah. And Harvard, here we saw Harvard during the first half warming up in the stands, maybe doing some simultaneous warming up and scouting of these two teams. Michigan will play Harvard tomorrow for senior day. I mean, that's very exciting.
Yeah, Michigan looking to take down the number 6 team in the nation, give them their third loss. But it's not going to come easy. Michigan of their own are ranked 12th, only one loss in conference to the Tigers. And after tomorrow, that'll be it for the regular season. We got the CWPA championship on Friday the 28th, Saturday the 29th, and then Sunday the 30th. Got to be a little bit melancholy. That's the same day as graduation, so some of these seniors on the team might miss the big house ceremony. That's what it takes being a part of a team, playing in the championship in Princeton. And then finally, the NCAA championships. Last year was in Ann Arbor. Despite that, Michigan didn't advance very far. But this year it's in Stockton, California. And at the current pace, Michigan is expected to make that. Would help their chances even more if they get this win today.
Yes, absolutely. And I think for both Michigan and Princeton, they need to find ways to get better scoring opportunities. We saw them available in the first quarter, not so much in the second quarter. Both teams doing a good job of guarding that key center and making sure that the shots are coming from the sides, which make the angles a lot harder to score, or coming from up top, which just because of sheer distance makes it hard to score. So great job by the defenses of both teams here early on.
Exactly. So 52 seconds left in this intermission. This is one for the ages. It's going to come down to the end like these two teams have done all season. Last time they played on the 2nd of April, Michigan fell 9-11. So it was only a 2-goal game. Michigan with a lot of close games, coming off a 9-8 win on the road against Indiana.
See if they can avenge their close loss with a close win. Only 5 minutes for a break. I imagine that is. I imagine it's very taxing physically.
Oh, certainly. This is probably one of the most taxing sports that the university offers. Just constant treading water for minutes at a time, no breaks. Not only that, you have to do it with speed, you have to do it with endurance, and you have to have your arms through to be able to throw it up. I say this Completely honestly, it's probably the most athletically taxing sport offered by this university.
Yes.
You got every muscle group is activated. You got the upper body, the lower body, the core. And with that, the intermission ends. Michigan looking to begin this third quarter against Princeton, tied at 4 apiece. Michigan with 3 timeouts compared to Princeton's 4. Let's Go Blue chant taken hold on Michigan's bench, which is now shifted to the left side of the pool, at least from our vantage point up here. So lining up on the back rope, we got the Wolverines, and on the other rope is the Tigers looking to swim towards the middle. There's the whistle, and the ball's going to be thrown momentarily. Ball is in the pool, going to be a fight, and it's won by the Tigers.
Key battle won right there. Michigan won the opening tip. Princeton wins second half tip.
Yeah, Princeton wanting to take a lead early here after really being held like a brick wall by Michigan's defense. Whistle blown, and it's going to remain with the Tigers. Another whistle. And here we go, the Wolverines playing tight defense once again. The whistles reset the shot clock, so it's up to 17 seconds. Princeton trying to get an open shot. They can't really find one. Under 10 seconds now, Princeton loses control, and we get a whistle. 7 seconds, and it's going to go to the Wolverines. Wow. The suffocating defense shows up once again. 7:08 remaining, and the Wolverines will take possession for the first time of this quarter.
Great individual defense there from each member of the Michigan Wolverines.
Michigan throws it right in front of the goal. Tight defense has got to remain with the Wolverines. It was a 3-on-1. So Michigan kind of fortunate to get the foul call there. Again, remaining with the Wolverines with another whistle. Throws it across the pool. Out back into the corner. Open shot. Bounces and hits the side of the goal. No good. And Michigan still looking for their first goal in almost 7 minutes of game time.
Yeah, shot a little wide there from Ava Morant, but still a good opportunity there. A little wide.
So we're going to have Michigan playing tight defense once again. Michigan's defense has not lit up a goal in almost an entire period worth of time. It's been 8 minutes. Michigan making a substitution shortly. As we have swimming back into the pool, Cerulli, the junior who got a goal earlier in this game. Here's the throw, and it's blocked beautifully by Princeton's goaltender. Michigan still looking for another shot here.
Just a really early shot there from Michigan, and not even a really prime scoring opportunity. No goals. We have not had a goal in a while.
Yeah, for either team, the defense is really stepping into gear. As I mentioned earlier, last time these teams fought, it was a 9-11 score with Michigan falling. And we get a shot clock violation for the Tigers, giving Michigan the ball back once again.
Second shot clock violation of the game. Great job there, not even allowing a shot.
Yeah, and Michigan has yet to surrender one of their own. I think that's the difference between Princeton's defense and Michigan's defense. Or maybe the difference between the offenses, too.
Sure.
Get another whistle here with 5:08 remaining. And that's going to be scooped up by the Tigers goaltender. The scoreless streak continues.
Great shot block there by Ava Hulahan from Princeton. Foul there. Who is going to open the scoring?
Yeah, and honestly, with the way this game is going, I think whoever scores next is firmly positioned to lead. The one caveat is when one team scores, the other is bounced back very quickly in all cases. Shot and a great stop by the Wolverines. Goaltender lunging out of the pool, making the dive, Alex Brown. And it's going to remain at 4 apiece. Feel like a broken record in this whole period.
And that play takes such strength, jumping out of the pool to block it. Such skill, stamina.
Whistle, and it's going to remain with Michigan. And we're going to get a stop here. And that's going to be another timeout. So 2 minutes, another full one. Let's see who called it.
I believe it was Michigan.
Yeah, I think Michigan did after getting that foul call. So that'll be their second full timeout taken. They only got 2 left, so they got 1 partial and 1 full. Princeton is yet to go into their reserve of timeouts. This is a prime opportunity. They had the momentum. That foul call was huge. That incredible stop by Brown, the goaltender. I think a timeout's just to maintain that momentum.
Yeah, I mean, just Brown has been fantastic. She's been screaming at her team, talking the entire time. Great communication. I think she is one of the reasons why this defense has been so good here today, especially since the end of the first period.
Taking the full timeout this time. Last time Michigan called a full, and they only took about a minute of it. But they're still talking with their coach. I don't know how this stalemate is going to be broken.
Yeah. I mean, it is going to be, as we see, it is very tough to score. Very tough. But Michigan does have 6-on-5 here.
Yeah, this would be the chance. I think that's why Michigan recognized the need for a timeout right there. As we have 4:06 left in this third period. We appreciate everyone tuning in, supporting WCBN and supporting Michigan's water polo team. Currently, as we have been saying, the 12th ranked in the nation. A win right now would go a long way to extending Michigan's chances for postseason, potentially conference title. So Michigan is going to start with the ball after the timeout. Bring it across, looking for a chance. Elects to pass it out. Fake shot taken, takes a pass. 14 left on the shot clock. Princeton not letting any holes develop for the Wolverines. Utashi pass it over, shot, and it's blocked and batted away. Michigan's going to take it back, though, as they get a new set of shot clock to be able to score once again. Here's the shot off the crossbar once again, third time today. They actually hit the side posting. And the Wolverines stay in this stalemate with 3:20 left in this third quarter.
I mean, just great defense by Princeton, holding the line, not letting Michigan take advantage. Just great defense. This is a defensive battle if I've ever seen one.
Alcim Guest took the shot there from Hamilton, New Zealand. Unable to connect. And it's going to remain with Princeton as we get another shot clock violation. Third time it's happened for the Tigers. Wolverines have yet to surrender one. We're under 3 minutes here. Yet to be a single goal in this period.
Who is going to step up? One of these girls needs to make a play.
Most certainly. Not going to happen there as we get a stop by the Tigers. Very quickly, too, just intercepted a pass straight up. Passing it on forward, swimming down with speed on the far end for the Tigers. Tigers, it's been almost 12 minutes of game time since they last scored. Been about 10 for the Wolverines. So we get a shot. Brown gets the stop once again, the goaltender for the Wolverines. She's been the star in this game so far. Huge pass up 3/4 of the length of the pool. This is going to be it. Wide open player, one-on-one. Is Michigan going to score? No, tipped off the goaltender's hands. They're going to say it actually didn't even hit her, so it'll be the Tigers' ball.
Wow.
A little bit high there. It was a one-on-one. That's the chance you got to take.
I mean, great job of understanding angles from the goalie. Took out all the angles, and these goalies are putting on a show here today.
Most certainly. And it's going to go back to the Wolverines as we get a whistle blown. It's a defensive battle, and it's a goaltending battle. Wolverines looking for something open. Can't seem to find anything. And they're at midfield mid-pool with 12 seconds left. Not a ton of time left on the shot clock. Throw it, skips it, and it's good! Michigan breaks the stalemate with 1:17 left in this third period. First lead since early in this game when it was 1-0. That was number 15 on the Wolverines, the junior Elsie Walker from Los Altos, California.
And that has to feel so satisfying for the Michigan players, especially for Alex Brown, knowing her efforts have not been in vain. I mean, taking the lead here, and based on the way Michigan's defense is playing, I mean, one goal seems like a tall task.
Yeah, it does, especially with the defensive prowess of both programs, especially the Wolverines. Princeton, we've seen all this game immediately firing back after one team scored. Here's a shot, and that's going to be high. Great stop there by Michigan's defense, really preventing any open shot. And we're under a minute left, 50 seconds. Wolverines have it on a little bit of a fast break here. Right in front of the goal. It's going to be close. Who's it going to stick with? The Wolverines, it looks like. And that is huge with 42 seconds left in this third period.
Wow.
Michigan.
This could be a huge chance here. Ava Morant.
We got this penalty shot right in front of the goal. Throws it. It's good! Ava Morant gives either team their biggest lead of the game. It's going to be 6-4 as Michigan extends their lead to 2 points. As I said earlier, it's been back and forth. One team scores, another team scores. Princeton scores, Michigan fires back. Michigan scores, Princeton fires back. Not anymore. Michigan has their largest lead, and question is, can they maintain it? 32 seconds left in this period. Princeton has it, 16 on the shot clock, so a little bit of a differential remaining. And we get another whistle. It's going to give it to the Wolverines. Shot clock turned off. 23 seconds remaining.
If they can score here, they could break this game wide open.
18 seconds left. Bring it on up, and that's intercepted straight up. So 14 seconds. Princeton has to hurry. Bring it all the way down the length of the pool. Brings it back to the goalie. Strongest arm in the pool. 6. It's going to be close. They're not playing with any urgency. I don't see it. 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it. I'm kind of puzzled at the end there. You would think they get a huge stop, an interception with 15 seconds left, and they slow it down.
Yeah. I mean, but this Michigan defense is so suffocating. Princeton tries to get it into the middle, but Michigan defense just collapses, and they have to kick it right back out. And Michigan's also fast to kicking out on these shooters and getting their hands up. So, I mean, just great team defense, great individual defense, just great defense. And Alex Brown, the star of this game so far.
Yes, totally. Brown with a ton of saves. Did not surrender a single goal in almost 14 full minutes of game time. So the full third quarter and then most of the second, too. Just absolutely incredible.
And head coach Cassie Churnside has to be ecstatic with her team's efforts this third quarter.
Most certainly. If Michigan could maintain the lead here, they'd even up the season series against the Tigers, one apiece. Would be huge as they go into the tournament later. Not quite familiar with the tie-breaking procedures of the CWPA for the regular season title. They would split the head-to-head one apiece if Michigan could hang on to this.
Yeah, but, I mean, this is going to likely be a huge game in terms of the national rankings. I'm beating the 6th ranked team.
Yeah, you would think both teams, regardless of how this ends, would be ranked around the 8 or 9 position, just being so close. So here's the tiebreaker. It would be head-to-head results. So if Michigan hangs on, the head-to-head will be split at one apiece. Goal differential would be next. And again, if Michigan maintains this lead, the goal differential would be 2. I guess it would be 0 between them because Michigan lost by 2 in the first battle, and then they won by 2. It would be the total number of goals scored. So Michigan got 9 in the first game and then 6 here. So I don't know how they would do that. They got a whole thing. I feel like this is the NFL. The amount of rules they got. Going to go down to a coin flip. Let's see after that if that's tied. It would be goal differential among common opponents. So that would be the interesting thing because Michigan only has 1 loss in the CWPA and Princeton has none at the moment. So that could add some intrigue to the later games this weekend. Michigan playing Brown this afternoon and Harvard tomorrow. They might be trying to run up the score and really boost up their goal differential.
Yeah, but regardless, I mean, Michigan wants to extend this league, not for this game, but for the goal differential and like in general, goal differential and or just point differential in all sports is very predictive of how good teams are. So if they can beat Princeton by a little bit of a margin here, that would certainly tell you Michigan is one of the best teams.
Oh, most certainly. We're underway here in the 4th. Michigan try to maintain their lead as Princeton wins the opening scramble. Cross isn't a stop by Michigan's goalie Brown. This has been incredible so far.
Yeah, and they got one of a kind of a nice chance inside, but Princeton couldn't get a shot off, and great swarming defense from Michigan and aggressiveness from the goalie Alex Brown.
Michigan with their first offensive possession of the game. They had it blocked, but I think that's going to be a whistle against the Tigers.
Yeah, we're going to have a power play here.
Michigan trying to distribute. Full shot clock now after that whistle. Looking for an opening. Michigan electing to keep passing. Brings it in and it's good! Wow, incredible assist. He had it from Monroe to Newstrom. Monroe just bats it over and Newstrom hits it in. I feel like a volleyball commentator with how bang-bang that was.
Yeah, and I mean, Newstrom had her hand up, ready to shoot right when she got the ball. And I mean, when you're that close and that quick, nothing the goalie can do. Just a great execution by Michigan.
Michigan with a 3-goal lead, largest lead of the game for either team. And Princeton's going to look to fire back. Yet to score a goal in 16 full minutes. Back and forth battle here and stopped by Michigan's defense. That was Monroe who got the assist earlier. She's dominating on all sides of the pool. Looking for an opening for the Wolverines. Going to have a whistle giving Michigan some time to swim on down. Utashi has it. The star from Budapest with 2 goals in this game. It's getting loose and Princeton is going to take it, bringing it down, looking for a pass, crosses it, and it's a 1-on-1 for Princeton. We get a foul, going to remain with the Tigers. We get a lot of whistles here. And I think that's going to be a timeout called by Princeton. So their first time out of the game. Let's see if it's a full or a partial. Looks like it'll be a full one. Think they sense this is slipping away.
Yeah, I mean, a very interesting timeout call considering they were on the fast break there and had the numbers advantage. But yeah, I mean, I think you're right. I think the coach really wants to talk to these players and try to get some sort of organization or some sort of scheme going that can break down this defense. But ultimately, I mean, the way Alex Brown's playing, I mean, I don't even know how much it matters. I mean, like these Princeton players are not able to get shots past her, and that's also due to the incredible Michigan defense not allowing great shots.
So that timeout's going to end. They're only going to take about a minute of it. 6:08 left on this shot clock, or game clock rather, and Princeton's going to start with the ball. Here it is. It's thrown on in. Michigan leading 7-4. And we get a defense chant breaking out among Michigan's bench. Princeton is yet to score in almost 17 minutes. 5:53 remaining. Looking for an opening, crosses. See where it goes. And that'll be close. Did it go in? Yes, it did. Wow, Michigan's goalie, after 17 minutes, scoreless, gets a hand on it, slows it down, but not enough to keep it out of the goal. Wow. Barely breaks the plane. And I'll give Princeton their first goal in 17 minutes. Michigan still with the lead, 7-5. 5:38 remaining.
I mean, just barely. I didn't look like it completely crossed the line, but the ref rules it did.
Michigan going to have to bounce back. As I said earlier, Princeton took the lead at several points in this game. 2-1, then 3-2, then 4-3. And Michigan bounced back every time within the minute. Unable to score here, but let's see how quickly they're able to put another one in the back of the net.
Yeah, I'm sure that goal is huge for their confidence. Just seeing one go in definitely helps.
Oh, certainly. Michigan can't let go of the gas. We talked about how goal differential could be the tiebreaker. So if Michigan's able to regain their 3-goal lead, that could be huge. Game's not over yet as Princeton has it, goes for a shot, and it's blocked completely, and Michigan swimming up the length of the pool with the ball.
Lola Cerulli, great block there. A little over 4 minutes left. A 3-goal lead would be, I mean, the way this one's going, even a 2-goal lead, but a 3-goal lead would really put it away here.
Certainly. So Michigan right in front of the goal. And we had a whistle blown. It's got to remain with the Wolverines. They have a chance in a full shot clock. Brings it into the corner.
See if they can capitalize on this 6-on-5.
Clock is ticking down. 4:16 left. Michigan leading by 2, 7-5. Fake out there, shot on goal, and it's going to be a little bit left. And Princeton gets a break there as they'll regain possession. 4:07, deep throw from the goaltender for the Tigers.
Great fluid passing there from Michigan, though.
Under 4 minutes. Princeton's running low on time as they get a fast shot blocked, and Michigan scrambles to get the rebound, and they hang on to it.
And it's Alex Brown once again.
Alex Brown able to move the ball up length of the pool, and we get a whistle. And that'll be a timeout. Michigan's going to call that. 3:40 left as Michigan has one full and one partial. Let's see what they elect. Just a partial this time.
a quick 30-second timeout, maybe just to get their bearings, get some rest as they commence on this key offensive possession.
Yeah, and the defense, I'm starting to see a little bit of cracks in between. So the defense was so stellar at the end of the second, completely perfect in the third. For the first half of the fourth were great. Starting to see some cracks. It started with that goal. That could be a little bit demoralizing. But even before then, some great shots being allowed that weren't even allowed earlier in this game.
Yeah, and credit to Princeton's coaching staff and the Princeton players for not just saying, oh, well, this defense is too good, we won't score. We'll keep trying to find new ways, moving the ball, finding some cracks, and that's ultimately how they scored the first goal. But still only one goal this entire half for Princeton, so
yeah,
stifling effort from Michigan's defense.
And the crowd's getting into it, the bench is getting into it. I know it's a long weekend of water polo, but this is a start for the Wolverines and probably their toughest test they'll face. Goalie begins with it. Clock is ticking. 3.5 minutes remaining. Michigan wasting no time. Looking for an opening. Fakes a pass and actually passes right there, out by the crease. Throws it on out. 12 seconds on the shot clock, looking for an opening. Can't make it, and we got a shot that's blocked. A scramble for the ball. It's going to maintain with the Tigers as they get their first possession after the timeout. Throws it the length of the pool for the goaltender. Going to be a one-on-one, maintained with the Tigers, and that's the first break they've gone in a while.
Yeah, and man advantage, they got to figure out some way to score, else can't score with 6 on 5. I don't know how they're going to score 6 on 6.
So 6 on 5 for the Tigers. Utashi is the penalty for the Wolverines, going out for another couple seconds. And she's back on in. So that was only a 15-second one. Didn't even get a shot off in the power play. And wow, I think we get another penalty right back at it.
Wow.
That's not what you want to see from the Wolverines.
One-on-one battle. It's Alex Brown all by herself.
Yeah, that'll be a penalty shot. Michigan has had 2 one-on-ones and made both of them. Princeton yet to take one of their own. It is silent here in the natatorium. You can really feel the tension above the chlorine. You had a shot, and it looks like an early leave, and it's going to go to the Wolverines. Wow.
Yeah, I think she bobbled it. I don't think you can bobble it.
I'm speechless. But regardless, it found its way back in the net, but it won't be a goal for Princeton as we had a whistle right as that happened, and Michigan with the break.
And I think the intimidation factor for Alex Brown is huge there.
That might be the intimidation and the home field advantage, home pool advantage. Deep throw as Princeton has possession again. It's a 3-on-1. Princeton trying to get a shot off. And let's see what the call is here. It's going to be a whistle. 2:02 remaining. It's going to be close.
Another showdown here.
Same players. Let's see if they could redeem the mistakes from earlier. And they're telling Utashi to back on up. That penalty was on her. So 2:02 remaining as we begin this penalty battle. Going to sub out the ball. Wow. I don't know quite what the move is there, but we'll keep an eye on it. And the scoreboard goes out too,
oh, no.
So got to keep an eye on our radio feed. It is currently 7-5 with 2:03 remaining, 2:02 rather. They updated the clock. So we get this penalty throw coming out shortly.
Oh,
and the
scoreboard's
back up, so that'll do it.
Oh, wow.
Huge Jumbotron indoors here at the natatorium.
Beautiful Jumbotron.
Yeah. They do swimming and diving here in addition to water polo. The CCRB is closed. This is open for rec swim for 2 hours a day during the week. We get the throw, and that's a goal. No whistle there. Princeton brings it within 1, 7-6.
Yeah, and Michigan, It's getting a little tight here. Michigan has got to come up with the goal, try to extend this lead, but on that shot, I mean, penalty shots are so tough. You have to guess almost, and Alex Brown guessed wrong that time.
That is Jelinski's second goal of the game, the sophomore from Stamford, Connecticut. She had the penalty play earlier that got blown dead, but she's able to connect there to make it within one. One thinks if she didn't have that penalty, it would be tied up right now.
Yeah.
It's going to come down to the wire.
And this is getting very intense here.
7-6, 1:42 remaining. Michigan with possession, scramble for the ball, and Princeton takes over. We got a whistle with 12 on the shot clock, remains with the Tigers. Loose ball, let's see who it's on. That's going to be a penalty for tugging. And wow, on number 15 for the Wolverines, that's going to be a 20-second penalty. As we get another 5-on-4, and we got a timeout called by the Tigers. That was Elsie Walker, the junior from Los Altos, has a goal today, but she'll be spending the next 20 seconds touching the wall of the pool.
Yeah, and this is such a huge opportunity for Princeton. Their best chance to tie the game so far. 20-second penalty.
There's not a lot of time left either.
Yeah, no. So if they don't score here, it is going to be very tough. Might have to ring the goalie. Oh, no, the goalie can't go up. But yeah, I mean, this is going to be the biggest possession of the game.
So at this timeout, we got 1:26 remaining. Princeton with 28 seconds on their shot clock. You see some other programs warming up in the side pools. Pretty interesting what they do. They got the full length, the 50-meter pool. They put these dividers in to divide into 3 sections. So you've got the main pool where they play and then some practice ones on the side.
Let's see. Can someone on Michigan's team is going to have to come up real clutch here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one. Michigan's defense looks stellar for most of this game. Starting to see some cracks as we see not only giving up some passes, but giving up a lot of penalties recently. And the whistle's going to blow. Clock starts. 22 seconds left on the shot clock. 1:17 remaining in the game. Princeton down by 1. 7 seconds left on the power play. Need to make a move quick. Brings it in the corner, looking for their best chance to get the shot out before the end of the power play. Unable to make the move, and Michigan intercepts it. Wow, 1 minute, 2 seconds left. Michigan going to bring it up the lane to the pool, and that'll end the power play too as Walker comes out against the side of the pool. Michigan taking their time.
Biggest defensive play of the game right there. May have saved the game.
Oh, I think that's an understatement. Utashi taking command about a third of the way up the pool. 6 seconds on the shot clock. It's going to be loose. Let's see who gets it. Michigan does, but only 2 seconds left on the shot clock. No time left. They throw it, and that'll be their first shot clock violation of this game with 32 seconds left. Yeah. We get a timeout on Princeton once again, so both teams are down to 1 remaining.
Yeah, and I mean, Princeton, this is their last stand. They got 30 seconds to do something. 2 second separation. I mean, this is the game right there. This possession is the game right here.
It is a game, and Michigan obviously wants to win. Ideally, they would have won with a 2-goal margin to maintain that tiebreaker. We'll discuss that more after this score is finalized.
And I mean, just these Michigan players, I think, are ready for this moment.
I believe so. Crowd is pretty full, spanning almost the entire length of the water polo pool. Probably about 80% Michigan fans, 20% Princeton. Some fans of the other programs playing this weekend are in attendance. We got Brown, we have Harvard, we have St. Francis all here for the tournament. Michigan only playing Brown and Harvard. Will not be facing off against St. Francis this weekend. That'll do it, closing out the timeout. Michigan has their work cut out for them. 32 seconds remaining. Michigan leading by 1 goal. Princeton with the possession.
One of these Princeton players is going to need to take the last shot. Who is brave enough to take it?
That is a big question here. And Michigan's defense, will they be able to stand up like they have all game? I'm not so sure after the last couple minutes, but only need 32 more seconds. Let's go Blue chant breaking out on the bench and in the crowd. So the clock has started and Princeton's taking their time trying to direct something. Got to imagine their coach drew up a player formation at the timeout, trying to separate it in the corner. 12 seconds left. 9 on the shot clock. 1 second differential. Having to swim back. 5, 4. Looking for a shot. 2, 1. Blocked. And that might do it. And there you go. Game is over as Michigan wins this one 7-6. Came down to the wire. The Wolverines hang on at home.
Just a wholly disappointing last possession for Princeton. So much time went off the clock. They couldn't get any ball movement. And Michigan had 4 players swarming the middle, making sure there could be no shots. And they did it. This Michigan defense and Alex Brown, the goalie, defined the game today.
We appreciate you joining us. Before we leave, who do you think the player of the game was?
Alex Brown, of course. So many key saves, directing this stifling defense. Definitely Alex Brown.
I agree with Brown. The saves kept the Wolverines in it for the majority of the second quarter and almost all of the third. Also, Keita Utashi would get some nods for me with 2 goals of her own and breaking open the game on defense. As we mentioned, Michigan now has only 1 loss in conference as they go to 7-1 in the CWPA. Princeton falls to 7-1 in the CWPA. Both have 2 games left in the regular season. Michigan playing Brown later today and then Harvard tomorrow. On the other hand, let's take a look at Princeton's remaining games. One moment as I pull up their future schedule. They play Bucknell and St. Francis, both in Ann Arbor. So they play Bucknell at 6 p.m. today, St. Francis tomorrow. The one downside is Michigan and Princeton each have 1 loss each other. If Michigan would have maintained that 2-goal lead, they would have gone in the tiebreaker and have a chance for the regular season crown. Surrendering that late goal, Michigan hung on to the win, but they were unable to tie up the goal differential on the season. So as of now, Princeton will hang on to that lead in conference. Still a chance for them to fall as they got 2 games against St. Francis and Bucknell. But honestly, Michigan probably has a tougher road there because they're playing Brown, who's ranked 21st, and I don't think Harvard is ranked 15th. So that's 2 top 25 teams when St. Francis or Bucknell are not ranked. So a much easier path to the crown for Princeton, but Michigan will be favored in both. And then finally, in 2 weeks, they will continue and go to Princeton, New Jersey, as the Tigers host the CWPA championship at home. And you have to imagine they'd be the favorites.
Yeah, and I mean, a huge win for Michigan, tying up the standings here. And I mean, Michigan has a chance today to really solidify their standings if Princeton were to lose one of their remaining games, and Michigan were to beat Brown. Although, I mean, this is unlikely because, I mean, Princeton, Michigan, these are the two best teams in the conference in two close battles, but goal differential, winning by only 1 goal, that could be huge going into the championships.
Yeah, so with that, unless you have any final words, that'll probably do it from us in Ann Arbor. We appreciate you spending your morning and early afternoon on this beautiful day. It's supposed to snow on Monday, so enjoy it while you can. If you're in Ann Arbor or around the globe, you know, water polo, probably more so than any sport at the university, is a global game. Got players from Hungary, British Columbia, New Zealand. Appreciate you tuning in this afternoon. And with that, we'll leave you with a good night and go blue.